OG crypto whales sold more than $50 billion worth of Bitcoin since 2025. They have been similarly aggressive only during 2021 and 2018 tops. Can Bitcoin create a new all-time high under all of this pressure? Let's analyze.
My crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Today is Saturday, welcome back. This is the last video of this week here on YouTube. So in the previous video, we have been discussing that Bitcoin has a huge resistance right here. We are completing our ABC, a corrective mode, double three wave, and with the highest probability, we will start going down towards this 1.6 Fibonacci retracement level support. As you can see, we have touched this support right now, and the question is, can we right now start recovering, break through all of these resistances and create a new all-time high? We will discuss that in this video. So first of all, I want to share with you what's happening with the short positions of the big boys, alright? So you remember that we have been analyzing the short positions, the net long short positions, and we have spectated right here during this indecision candle, small candle, no attention grabbed at all. We have seen that loads of big players have opened their short positions there. Since then we have crashed, and as you can see, as the price action is creating lower lows, the net short positions index is actually creating higher lows. Alright, so the short positions are still there, they are not closing their short positions, so they are expecting that the price will continue to go to the downside. Alright, as you can see right now, during this consolidation we have some opening of long positions in the market, and they are not decreasing just yet. As you can see, we have decreased just a little bit, alright, but to fully close all of the long positions that basically got opened during starting basically right here before the consolidation started, we still have a room to go. But the important thing to understand is that this price action to the downside, this slight price action to the downside, is due long positions closure. As you can see, it's aligning perfectly. Long positions are closing, that puts pressure on the market price, right? And when you close your long contracts, you basically need to sell, right? So you need to sell those long contracts, and that's what's creating this bearish pressure. What does it mean? It means that there is a lower probability right now from this price right here that we will continue and create some lower low, all right? It can happen, but it's right now lower probability. Higher probability is that we are right now completing the corrective mode wave pattern. We will take a look a little bit higher, and then we will get a continuation to the downside, given that the big players will not be closing their short positions. If somebody will start panicking, for example, this big short right here will start panicking as we get close to the point of control, to their break-even price, and they start closing their short positions, it will basically react on the market price, and we will start breaking important resistances, and we will start creating some nice bullish pressure. But at this point right now, it doesn't seem like it. Also, as you can see, the open interest is decreasing extensionally. Alright, that means not much over leveraged positions are being in the market right now. All of these short positions are really created by few but big players, alright? And you know that the big players, when they have made some decision, they usually have strong hands, and they basically stay with it until they make some nice profits. So right now, this is the idea from this spectrum. Let's take a look right now what's going on right here. What suggests that we might take a look a little bit higher before continuation to the downside is also on the order book suit right here. The accumulation, as you can see, the order book suit is going into positive numbers. That means that there is more buy limit orders being filled than sell limit orders. Alright, so this is suggesting that we might take a look a little bit higher. As you can see right here, for example, at around $110,000, we have a huge sell wall, and as you know, the Bitcoin doesn't like to touch these sell walls, right? It's usually hover below it and then continues to the downside. Below us, we have supported a buy wall which disappeared. All right, right now there is nothing below us, so important support from the buy wall perspective is at $95,000, and $95,000 is very important level from technical spectrum as well. We'll be talking about $95,000, so pay attention. Let's take a look right now on the liquidation heat map. There is still risk of a wick towards $112,000 because the big short positions have their liquidation and stop losses levels right there. $112,000, very important. So if you are in a short position, definitely be aware of that the $112,000 might be wicked out. Let's take a look right now at the fear and greed index that you can monitor with me on our website, mycryptoparadise.com. Simply go to memberships, insights, and crypto fear and greed index. It's for free and it's very helpful. So on the daily time frame right now, we have touched the 20, which is also increasing the probabilities that we need to go a little bit more to the upside to improve the sentiment. So then there is more buying liquidity from the retail and the big boys have a liquidity to sell to, right? So before continuation to the downside, I still favor some bullish movements to the upside because of this as well. So we are monitoring the fear and greed index with the Paradise team on multiple time frames, all right? And right now all of them suggest that there is still room to go to the upside before we can successfully and smoothly go to the downside. So let's take a look right now also on the crypto trading sentiment that we are taking from Twitter, Reddit, Bitcoin Talk with the help of AI. And as you can see right now, it's in a very fair numbers, all right, which is also suggesting that we need to improve the sentiment a little bit before continuation to the downside, because right now there is not much liquidity to really start dumping the price more. It can happen, but we are also at support, as you can see right here. So it's really not that favorable. So let's take a look what's going on the weekly time frame. I will not go deeply into this because you already know from the previous videos exactly what's happening from the higher degree perspective. We have actually already finished the first wave, the first higher degree wave that started in 2023, and right now we are creating expanded flat pattern ABC, and the C wave with the highest probability, unless we can break above and reclaim $121,000, will take us towards $55,000 to $44,000 in a motive mode wave fashion, because we are creating this expanded flat pattern where the C wave is a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, all right? So right now we are in the first wave of that impulse, which is this one. This one is a motive mode wave as well. That means it subdivides itself into 5 small waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do believe that right now we are in the third wave. And let's take a look on the third wave. Let's zoom in. But before that, I want to just remind you that this, if we will dump towards 55, 44 with ParadiseFamilyVIP, is the same way we have been accumulating inside of our hard wallets Bitcoin aggressively at this first wave, at secondary wave and secondary wave price action, Bitcoin heavily to our hard wallets for long-term holding. And then we have started to distribute right here and right here as well. Again, right here, it will be a perfect place for reaccumulation, because I do believe that afterwards we will begin the third wave, all right? Third wave that will take us towards $240,000. It's a classic third wave. It's a classic third wave from the Elliott wave perspective, the most aggressive, impulsive one. Third wave usually extended as well, and that will be beauty, all right, towards $240,000, and the best level will be to reaccumulate at exactly the 618 Fibonacci retracement level that I've calculated from this first wave, which is basically 61.8 retracement of this impulse, which is aligning also beautifully with the bottom of the fourth wave and aligning with VPVR support as well, and it's at around $44,000 to $55,000. Ladies and gentlemen, let's right now take a look at the third wave. So here was the first wave, secondary wave, third wave. The third wave is also a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, right? I do believe that the third wave might take us towards $93,000 to $95,000, all right? Right now we are touching a support. We are basically doing a redistribution, and with the highest probability, after we will see a little bit more upside, we will have a continuation to the downside towards this key high time frame support zone that is sitting at exactly that $93,000 to $95,000. Definitely for long positions right now, what's favoring long positions on the daily time frame right now? Well, we have decreasement in momentum, of bearish momentum. We have indeed created a lower low, but the histogram on the MACD created a higher low. It's not confirmed on RSI, so it's a weak signal. It's also a weak signal because because we don't have a bullish cross, all right? But it's indeed important to understand that this is a little bit of bullish divergence, a weak one, okay? But it's starting because you can see the momentum is already decreasing. We are creating higher lows on this histogram. So definitely shorting right here. If you have not short right here, short it right here or right here, it's not really favorable for many reasons. First of all, we are touching right now that support, right? Second of all, a risk to reward trade is impossible right here, because if you want to play it right, you will need to place your stop loss at least right here. Well, and then first target would be right here. As you can see, the risk to reward is not what professional traders make. Much better is to wait for the possible price action to the upside. As you can see, this is a heavy resistance made out of VPVR, made out of this 1.6 Fibonacci retracement level, and also this moving average trend line, and these double Fibonacci's that I have basically created by analyzing the fourth wave right here of the third wave, and it will be very strong. It will be very strong, and upon confirmations, it might work beautifully as a nice short trading opportunity to strengthen your short positions, all right? And also it will be a high probability play, of course, and also you will be able to place a nice risk to reward trade, because you will be able to place your invalidation level quite tightly to the entry price, right? If you are more aggressive above here, if you are more defensive, you will place it above that $112,000 and above this next important resistance right here. Well, and you can take a first target right there, right here. And of course, because you understand that the major impulse will finish at $88,000, which will be basically the end of the first wave, $88,000 here at this important support zone. It's a nice risk to reward, right? If you are wrong, you are risking only a little amount of money, and if you are right, you are maximizing your profitability as much as possible. This is how professional trading should look like. Take a look at this. Let's analyze more deeply this third wave. So let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, we can see pretty much the same thing when I have analyzed the Y of that double 3 pattern where the third wave had its fourth wave. You can see it's showing to me a beautiful 1.61 Fibonacci retracement level, which is confluencing at that $95,000. All right, so $95,000, very important. Right now, you can clearly see that we are creating a bearish divergence, right? We are creating a higher high on the MACD histogram, but lower high on the price action. This is a bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. So that is also one of the reasons why it's not really a favorable, because we are creating this hidden bearish divergence to create a long positions right now. Not only it's not a great risk to reward, but also it's not a high probability trade, right? So right now the probabilities are that we might indeed go to the upside, retest this resistance. It's not, however, for a long position. I'm talking about swing trading, right? But we might be creating something with ParadiseFamilyVIPs on scalp trading, some long positions, but for swing trading, it's much more better to be patient and wait if we will be able to get some nice entries upon confirmation at this resistance zone. Upon confirmations, I'm saying for many times for a reason, because you really need to watch the price action as it's approaching the resistance. You need to watch what's going on behind the scenes, right? What's going behind the scenes, what the whales are doing, and also at the strength and momentum of the price action. And then also, if you want to be having more confirmations, you need to wait like for double top formation, for some bearish engulfing candlestick patterns, etc. That will give you the confirmation that we will indeed start continuing the trend to the downside. All right, so this is extremely important, and that's also why with Paradise team, this is our full-time job, right? We are monitoring the market 24/7, and with ParadiseFamilyVIPs, we are sharing our personal trade setups with clear entry and exit targets that we are creating within our professional trading strategy, and we are entering the trades only with a precise tactics. All right, this is extremely important, because if we will start reclaiming this resistance, we will no longer take a look at short positions at this time frame, because we will be breaking the market structure, the price action development from the Elliott wave theory, and we might even be looking for long positions upon some proper reclaimment, right? However, right now, from the current price action development. It's all favoring bears, and let's right now analyze the third wave much more deeply on the 1 hour time frame. So basically this is the third wave, all right, from here to here. As you know, the third wave is a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 small waves. This was the first wave, second wave, third wave. Then we have got the fourth wave in double 3 fashion, W, X, Y. Right here it stopped, and then we have started the final fifth wave, right? The final fifth wave is an extended one because the third one wasn't, from the rule of alternation that is in the Elliott wave theory. The one of the waves of that impulse should be with the highest probability extended one, and indeed the fifth one looks like it's going to be an extension. Let's take a look at this. We have created the first wave of that higher degree fifth wave right here. It finished right here. Previously this was working as a support. Once we have broken it to the downside, it's right now red. It's a resistance, yeah? So this was the first wave, then ABC corrective mode, secondary wave, then a third wave, and with the highest probability right now we are creating the fourth wave of that fifth wave. And the fourth wave, it seems like it's going to be an expanded flat, because this seems like a corrective mode wave pattern, doesn't it? So this might be an A wave, then a B wave, and right now we should be creating a motive mode C wave that might take us towards this resistance. And as you already know, if we will be hitting this resistance, we will be also hitting the top of the first wave. This will be an expanded flat pattern, which I have already shared with you like before a few minutes ago, where the A wave and B wave are corrective mode waves and the C wave is a motive mode wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are waiting for confirmations in ParadiseFamilyVIP. We are waiting for confirmations of this structure to be completed. All right, if it's going to be completed and we will get a confirmation of continuation from this resistance to the downside, this will be a beautiful short trading opportunity. So right now with the highest probability we are creating the impulse to the upside, and if we will touch this resistance and will not break above it, if we will not have a reclaim and we will get the confirmations, so the next high probability is going to be a reversal to the downside towards that $95,000. So ladies and gentlemen, this is right now the extremely important thing to understand. We are not looking for long positions on swing trading, also because we are having a bearish divergence on the RSI on 1 hour time frame. As you can see, we are creating lower high and higher high on the RSI indicator. Bearish divergence, really not favorable for the bulls. I'm still waiting for retesting of this resistance. Once we get confirmations, it will be a beautiful short trading opportunity. So it might change. Obviously, if we will start reclaiming this resistance, we will start pushing to the upside. But the probabilities right now from the current price action development is that we might take a look at this resistance, retest this resistance, and then continue in our price action to the downside, creating the fifth wave. Well, and afterwards we will have an ABC major corrective move to the upside before continuation to the downside again. But about that in the next video. If you're learning in these videos, please smash the like button. If you have some question, put a comment below and I will answer you, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Cheers, take it easy and smooth, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.